Girls, Shedeur Sanders may not be sure if he's going to be the starting quarterback for the Cleveland Browns this year, but one thing he will do is make sure he's a teacher's pet. Dion raised him right. The Cleveland Browns have a new head coach this season, and he said that earlier this month on his 60th birthday, he got a package delivered to his house that he assumed was from his wife. But when he opened it up, it was a birthday present from Shedeur, and it was a porcelain horse head. I don't know what that means, but apparently neither does Todd, because he called up Shedeur and was like, "What does this mean?" And Shedeur was like, "I just liked it. And I got one for myself too." Happy birthday, Todd.
In fact, for my birthday, I got this package. I thought it was for my wife. It's like this package, and opens it up. It's like this porcelain, like horse head. And it's from Shedeur. He sent me a gift on my birthday. And I asked him, I said, "What was the meaning?" He said, "Well, I just really liked it." I said, "I got myself one." I said, "Well, great."
Imagine this. You just got hired as an NFL head coach. You're drowning in meetings, staff hirings, combine prep, free agency calls. Your phone hasn't stopped ringing in 3 weeks. And then, out of nowhere, a mysterious package shows up at your door. You think it's from your wife. You open it, it's a porcelain horse head, and it's from your quarterback. That's not a scene from a movie. That actually happened. And honestly, it tells you everything you need to know about why Shedeur Sanders is built differently. Stay with me, because this story goes way deeper than a weird gift.
Sit down to talk with him at all?
I've talked to him 3 times. I think he's coming to see me. In fact, for my birthday, I got this package. Like, all of a sudden, February 5th, this package comes, and I thought it was for my wife. It's like this package, and opens it up. It's like this porcelain, like horse head. And it's from Shedeur. He sent me a gift on my birthday. And I asked him, I said, "What was the..."
Before we get into that horse head moment, let's talk about the man on the other side of this story. Todd Monken, the brand new head coach of the Cleveland Browns. Now, if you follow college football, you already know this name. Monkin was the offensive coordinator at Georgia, one of the most dominant college football programs in recent history. National championships, elite recruiting, the whole thing. But Monkin made a decision that surprised a lot of people. He left Georgia, left the comfort of a dynasty, and came back to the NFL. Why? Because deep down, he always wanted to be a head coach. That was the dream. That was the goal. He told CBS Sports' Jonathan Jones straight up, "It's the reason I came back to the NFL." And think about the weight of that for a second. This man spent years grinding as an offensive coordinator. He worked with Lamar Jackson in Baltimore. He built offenses at the highest levels of both college and pro football. There were moments, he admitted, where he thought maybe it's just not going to happen. And yet, here he is, first-time NFL head coach, Cleveland Browns, 2026. That's not just a career moment, that's a life moment. And into that moment walks Shedeur Sanders. Let's be real about something. Shedeur Sanders came into the NFL carrying more noise than almost any quarterback prospect in recent memory. The questions were endless. Where was he going to get drafted? Did certain teams not want him? Did he not want certain teams? The drama swirled for months. And then he landed in Cleveland. Not the flashiest market, not the most stable quarterback situation. The Browns had been struggling, searching for their identity, searching for a franchise cornerstone. But in the back half of last season, Shedeur showed up. There were moments, real moments, where you watched him play and thought, okay, this guy belongs here. Todd Monken himself said it. There were times Shedeur looked like a legitimate starting NFL quarterback.
I just really liked it. I said, "I got myself one." I said, "Well, great. Awesome."
That is a little weird.
That is weird. Send me a horse head. That's great.
You say horse head, and I'm thinking
The Godfather.
It's actually, it really wasn't a bloody horse head. It was actually like a horse. I put it between all the Cleveland helmets and put it up there for him to see when he comes in the office. He's come in about 3 times, and we've had a chance to talk a little bit, and what his off-season schedule is going to look like and where we go from here.
But Monken is also being honest, brutally, refreshingly honest about the situation. He's not handing anyone the keys. Not Shedeur, not Deshaun Watson, not Dylan, who went to 3 different elite college programs and dominated at every stop. This is a competition, a real one. In that kind of environment, it either breaks a young quarterback or it reveals who he truly is. Shedeur Sanders hasn't flinched, and that birthday package, it's the proof. Okay, here it is, the moment you came for. February 5th, Todd Monken's birthday. He's at home, deep in the chaos of building an NFL coaching staff from scratch. His mind is everywhere, and a package arrives. He assumes it's from his wife. He opens it. Inside, a porcelain horse head, decorative, detailed, completely unexpected. And the card? It's from Shedeur Sanders. Now, Monken's reaction was priceless. He literally said, "That is weird." He was laughing, the interviewer was laughing, because honestly, a horse head, your first thought goes straight to The Godfather, right? But here's what Monkin did next, and this is the part that matters. He called Shedeur, and he asked him, what was the meaning behind this? And Shedeur's answer? "I just really liked it. I got one for myself." That's it. No grand speech, no calculated PR move, no "I'm trying to build our relationship, coach." Just, "I liked it. I got one for myself. Happy birthday." And you know what Monkin did with that horse head? He put it in his office, right between all the Cleveland Browns helmets on display, front and center, where Shedeur can see it every single time he walks in. That's not just a funny story. That's a relationship being built in real time. Here's what people miss when they hear this story and just laugh at the horsehead part. Shedeur Sanders didn't have to do anything. He's a young quarterback fighting for a starting job. He's got film to study. He's got his own off-season training to focus on. He's got a million things on his plate. But he took a moment, a genuine human moment, to think about his new head coach, to find out his birthday, to pick something out, to send it. That's leadership. Not the loud kind, not the hype the team up before the game kind. The quiet kind, the kind that builds trust before a single snap is taken. Todd Monken has been around football his entire life. He knows when someone is performing for the cameras and when something is real. And the way he talked about Shedeur, the warmth in his voice, the laughter, the fact that he kept the gift and displayed it, tells you everything. This man respects Shedeur Sanders already, before training camp, before the competition even begins. And Shedeur has already been to Monken's office 3 times in the offseason, just to talk, to learn, to build. That's not a quarterback going through the motions. That's a quarterback who wants it. Todd Monken said something in this interview that every Browns fan needs to hear. "I don't think it's a rebuild. I think it's a retool." Think about that. The Browns, in the back half of last season, beat the Steelers at home, beat the Bengals on the road, lost to the Bills by just 3 points. Monken looked at that film during his interview process and thought, "We are closer than people think." Lose to the Bills by 3, win 2 divisional games to start the year, and suddenly you're 2-1 and in the conversation. This is the NFL. Any given Sunday, any given season, and with the right quarterback leading the charge, with a coach who's been building championship offenses for a decade, with a locker room that's starting to believe again, Cleveland might be about to surprise everyone. Look, a porcelain horse head doesn't win football games, but it tells you about character. It tells you about awareness. It tells you about a young man who understands that football is played between the lines, but won in the relationships you build off the field. Shedeur Sanders sent his new head coach a birthday gift before they'd barely even met. Todd Monken put it in his office, front and center. And somewhere in that small, weird, hilarious moment, the foundation of something special is being laid in Cleveland. Don't sleep on the Browns in 2026. If you're excited about what's building in Cleveland, smash that like button, subscribe, and drop a comment below. Horsehead or no horsehead, would you want your QB doing this? See you in the next one.